The hospital room was filled with silence, broken only by the steady beeping of machines. 20 of the nation's best doctors had surrounded the bed of a powerful billionaire, their faces heavy with defeat. They had tried every test, every treatment, but nothing worked. His family was told to prepare for the worst. But just as everyone gave up hope, a quiet housekeeper, someone no one noticed, walked into the room. She leaned closer, her eyes narrowing at something the doctors had completely missed. What she whispered next would change everything and shock everyone watching. Richard Coleman was no ordinary man. He was a billionaire, a business tycoon whose empire stretched across industries. Yet all the money in the world could not save him from what struck one autumn morning. He collapsed in his office without warning. Within hours, he was rushed to the city's most prestigious hospital. His family, politicians, celebrities, and business partners filled the waiting halls. They wanted answers, but none came. The doctors were baffled. His blood work looked fine. His heart scans were normal. Neurologists, cardiologists, and specialists from around the globe were flown in, but each one returned with the same words: "We cannot find the cause." Days turned into weeks. Richard lay motionless, his body alive but his spirit fading. His family prepared to inherit his empire, whispering about his fortune more than his recovery. And just when it seemed like hope had vanished forever, fate decided to intervene, through someone the family never expected. Maria was the housekeeper who had worked in Richard's mansion for over 15 years. She was quiet, respectful, and invisible in the eyes of the wealthy. No one noticed when she walked into his hospital room, carrying a basket of fresh clothes and flowers that his family had forgotten. But Maria was no ordinary woman. She had cared for Richard for years, watching his daily habits. She knew the way he ate, the way he reacted to stress, and even the little quirks that no one else paid attention to. As she placed the flowers by his bed, her eyes caught something strange, something the doctors had overlooked. His lips were dry, but there was a faint swelling along his throat. She remembered him often complaining about strange allergies at home, especially after business dinners. She leaned closer and noticed a faint rash near his collarbone. Her heart raced. Could it be food-related? When Maria hesitantly spoke up, the doctors nearly dismissed her. But something in her trembling voice made one physician pause and listen. Maria explained how Richard had once nearly collapsed at home after eating at a seafood banquet. She had been the one to call the paramedics that night. She reminded the doctors of how Richard avoided certain dishes, yet often forgot at big events. The doctors exchanged skeptical glances, but one allergist decided to run tests immediately. What they found left the entire room speechless. Richard was suffering from a rare, undiagnosed food allergy that triggered severe internal inflammation, something even advanced scans had missed. Every meal he ate in the hospital unknowingly worsened his condition. Maria's sharp memory and observation uncovered what 20 specialists had failed to see. The staff immediately changed his diet, flushing his system and treating the allergic reaction with precision. Within 48 hours, the billionaire opened his eyes. His first words were faint but powerful. "Maria, you saved me." Richard recovered slowly, but his gratitude for Maria only grew stronger. He realized that the people closest to him, his business partners and even his family, had been more focused on his wealth than his survival. Yet it was Maria, the humble housekeeper who earned barely enough to pay rent, who had truly saved his life. News of the story spread like wildfire. Media outlets covered the miraculous discovery, and Maria became an unexpected hero. Richard did not stop there. He rewarded her with more than just words. He gave her a new home, a secure future, and a permanent place in his family. But most importantly, Richard himself changed. The billionaire who once trusted only in power and wealth now understood the true value of human connection, loyalty, and humility. He often told others, "It was not the doctors, not the money, but the kindness and sharp eyes of someone overlooked that saved me." And in that moment, Maria was no longer just a housekeeper. She was the woman who gave a billionaire back his life, reminding the world that sometimes greatness is found in the most unexpected places. Subscribe channel for more videos. Thank you for watching my video.